Hey, what's going on, man? Hey, y'all know what time it is. Well, some of y'all know what time it is, man. It's time for the live Q&A, baby. Let's see what's happening in here, man. If you can hear me and see me, type one up in that chat so I can know my audio's good. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? What's goody? What's goody? See what we got in the building, man. If you guys can hear me and see me, type one up in that chat. When I get everything booted up on my side. What's good? What's good? What up? Mm, mm. What up? What up? What up? Type one in the chat if you can hear me. If you can hear me and see me, type one. Make sure I'm good. We got my man's Philippe's in the building. Philippe, what up? What's going on, man? We got Drewski. What's popping? Not to be mistaken with Big Drewski. You know what I'm saying? Fat Drewski. This is a different Drewski. We got paid off cuts. I think I know who that is, man. What up, Big Mike? What's happening, man? Week one, baby. Let's get some wins. All right, I got my free shit in the chat. I just had to put that in there. All right, let's see who else we got in here. We got Mike Campbell. What up? Boca J Love. Not to be confused with Boca Raton. What up? What up? Paid off cuts. Got that first workout in, man. Scale of 1 to 10. How challenging was it? Paid off cuts. Yo, Corey, today was my first day back in the gym in months. Hey, let's clap it up for Juice Drewski. Get your big ass back in that gym, man. Let's get to work. Let's get to these wins. George Dudley, what up? What's popping? Akazia. Wagwan, my brother. Bless up, Wagwan. Yeah, my man said 6 out of 10 paid off cuts. That means you wasn't challenging yourself, man. You gotta lift heavier weights next week. I hope you logged and tracked exactly what you did. Because next week you want to build upon that, slightly progressing in each of the weights. Even if it's just 5 pound, 10 pound increments. It's a 6 out of 10. That shit was too easy, man. You was in there playing yourself, man. So next week, now you know where to start. Daniel, what up? Good afternoon. Greetings. Ice Wallows. Oh, whoa. This name is wild. It's so wild. In fact, I will not complete my sentence. Guys, type in the chat, man. I'm curious, where y'all from? You know what I'm saying? Type in the chat, man. Who we got in the building, man? What cities we got in the building tonight? You pronounce my name Akasha. Akasha. Okay, Akasha, what up? Bangkok. Pause. No, I hear it's cool shit happening out there in Bangkok, man. You know what I'm saying? I hear y'all got a lot of cool things going on out there, man. Where else? Who else we got in the building, man? Put your city in the chat. We got Phillies in the building. Philly, what up? Super Bowl champs in the building. Shadow says, "What's good? What sports besides lifting do you do?" I do wrestling. Um, Getting money. No, man, I don't really have any sports right now that I'm doing other than lifting weights because of the time demand of actually running a business and a brand. Um, I do lift my girl up sometimes. Like I take her, lift her up over my head, do shoulder presses. That's kind of a sport, right? New York. New York's in the billion. Denver, what up, man? Uh, Ben Dover says, hi. What up, Ben? What's happening, man? Where you from, Ben, man? Type your city in the chat, man. We're gonna show some representation of who we got. Do you believe in God, Corey? I do. I do. There's been a lot of unexplained circumstances that have happened in my life, and I just literally cannot think of a logical explanation other than there's a higher power at work here. If you've ever had that experience, type of thumbs up emoji in the chat. Fairbanks, Alaska's in the building. Alaska? Come on, man. Yo, Alaska. Alaska is one of those few places that like you barely ever meet people from. Um, I have had one client who was Alaskan. He moved to Seattle, and that motherfucker was tough, man. Obviously he lost weight on my program. He lost about 50 pounds. But what happened was, man, he would go back to Alaska like once a year, once or twice a year, and like kill a bunch of animals, like a bunch of buffalo and whatever else, like get a bunch of fish, get like pounds and pounds of dead animal. He literally spent like a week out there just killing animals, and then they ship it all back to his home, and him and his wife would eat for months off Alaskan dead meat. Um, Max Williams is 62, 5'7", 154 build muscle. I think you want me to do your macros. I can do your macros, man. If you would like your macros done today, give me your age, height, weight, and goal, and you know what I'm saying, we'll get it popping, man. So you, my friend, would have to at least consume at a minimum. I think I would put you at like 2,000, 2,100 actually, 2,100 calories. Pen and pad. Go write this down, brother. Get your pen and pad out, my brother. 158 grams of protein a day, 260 grams of carbs, 47 grams of total fat a day. You do that every day, man, you're gonna get lean and mean. Make sure you lifting heavy though. Make sure you progressively overloading those muscles. Like I told paid off cuts, you should be adding, 5 to 10 pound increments each session till you find that weight that's like very challenging. Are you Christian? I wouldn't say that I'm Christian. I would say I'm a believer in a lot of the Christian beliefs. My girlfriend's Christian, but I'm not, because I haven't studied enough to legitimately say that I can be like, yo, I'm Christian. I don't. I barely went to church growing up. I be learning Bible stories from her. You know what I'm saying? So I don't. I think you have to earn the right to say that you're Christian because you legitimately have beliefs that are fundamentally built around like a repository of knowledge. Like you spent a lot of time in it. I haven't spent the time in it to confidently say that. What's your favorite protein powder? Renee, I'm gonna be honest, I don't really have one, right? I know that's not the answer you was looking for, but my thing with protein powder is most of it's the same, right? Because like if you look at the labels of what like are in it, a lot of them have a lot of the same ingredients. The only difference is like one may have a different flavor than the other. So across the board, like what I would advise more so than like my personal favorites, because I don't have a favorite. I drink whatever protein is available that hits my macros, right? What I would advise for my clients though is look to get something that has minimal ingredients. The bigger the ingredient label, the more processed it is. The more processed it is, the more difficult it is for your body to break it down, and just it just creates issues either in the digestive process or sometime in the future. So you want something that's minimally processed, that has as little ingredients as possible. The best items on the market are things that have 4 ingredients or less. Okay. Mike says he loves my content. I appreciate that, man. Is Oxy Shred good? Paid off cuts. I do not know what's in Oxy Shred. Let me Google it because I don't know what it is. The thing is when it comes to products, guys, I know what I see when it's in front of me, right? So if I'm doing, the grocery store shit, like I'm picking it up and I'm looking at that label and I'm making a determination based off the ingredients, like I just told Renee, as well as like if it's something that has calories and macros, I look at that. So I would have to like really look at this product. I'm looking at it on the other screen. Uh, Oxy Shred is a thermogenic fat burner. I just made a video about fat burners earlier today. Oh no, they have a pre-workout too. Wait. Why is it saying both? Hold up. Yeah, this shit's confusing. All right, so no, it is a pre-workout. Um, wait. This don't look like a pre-workout to me. This ain't the label. So the first red flag with Oxy Shred is confusing. It doesn't know based on the marketing whether it wants to be a fat burner, a thermogenic, or a pre-workout. Those are two different things. The purpose of consuming a thermogenic is really to curb your appetite and accelerate your heart rate to make the fat loss process a little easier, right? So it helps you get in the deficit easier, right? But you still got to do the work to build the deficit. When it comes to pre-workout, that's specifically to get you amped up and ready for your workout. This shit, I'm not fucking with it. You know why I'm not fucking with it? Because on the supplemental facts, right? I'm looking at the supplemental facts right now. It says that it's calories carb, it's 10 calories, one carb. It's barely any fiber, and then it's like riboflavin, thiamine, niacin, vitamin B6, B12, decalcium, and chromium. So it's basically like you ever had uh, you ever had Celsius, right? Celsius, the energy drink. It's basically like the powdered form of that shit. But it's like, yo, this ingredient label is long as fuck. This shit longer than my credit report. This ingredient label is long as hell. This shit got like 20 ingredients, man. So yeah, it's like it's the equivalent of a Celsius, but it's a powder. Which in my personal opinion, I wouldn't pay for a powder form of Celsius. That's just me. I know there's a segment of the market that would. I wouldn't. I would just get a can of Celsius because it's already mixed together. Um, but yeah, there's pre-workouts that have way better ingredient profiles than this because what happens when you get a pre-workout, you want specific amounts of certain ingredients so that you get max performance. So, for example, creatine monohydrate, you want that in about 5 grams if you're gonna have it with your pre-workout. Some people like it separate. Same thing with beta alanine. You want that because that helps with fatigue and performance as well. You want at least 3.2 grams of that. Citrulline, you want somewhere around like 6 to 8 grams L-citrulline. And this shit right here, it doesn't have any of that listed out in specific amounts. It has L-glutamine, L-carnitine, and a bunch of these other ingredients that you would get in the Celsius, but it's not telling you how much L-glutamine and how much L-carnitine is in it. It's just telling you it's in it. So it's like trace amounts. And I don't really fuck with trace amounts, man, because it could be just the amount you need or it could be too little. They're not telling you everything. And I don't like that. So I personally would not buy Oxy Shred. But you can do whatever you want to do. You're a fucking adult. Listen, Corey, how many times you gonna tell me my stomach is big as hell? I'm working on it, sir. You ain't working hard enough. If you still like got a big ass belly, you still got more work to do, right? Kasha, you can buy air in a can at Walmart. That doesn't mean you should stop breathing regular air. You don't need Ozempic. You need a bicycle and some laps. Okay. Okay. Alright. I mean, yeah, sure. Or you just need like better information to make better choices. If you do need like more of like a strategy, a structure, a plan of what to do, why what you're doing is actually working, and how to maintain it long term, just go grab my free fat loss system. The links in the tab of this video's pinned comment. But yeah, man, paid off cuts. I hope that was helpful. You want to clap is 1 + 1 = 2. Okay. All right, that's what's up, man. Guys, if you want me to do your macros today, Drop your age, height, weight, and goal in the chat, and I got you. What up? What up? What up? What up? What up? 1 + 1 does not equal 3. I call cap, sir. Guys, if you want me to do your macros, drop your age, height, weight, and goal in the chat, and I got you. Why does why does your shorts end on cliffhangers? Because when YouTube first introduced YouTube Shorts, they made it to where you could only do it like in 60 seconds, right? So some of those videos were longer than 60 seconds because I post them everywhere. I post them on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. But YouTube was late to the party and like boosting the time window up to like 90 seconds to 3 minutes. So that's why some of those videos, like you don't see the whole thing because I had more shit to say. You can see the full version of it on Instagram or Facebook though. Um, Brian Johnson is 32. Brian Johnson is 5'3", 160. So what's your goal, man? You looking to lose fat or build muscle? You know what I'm saying? Cause yeah, you're a short king, man. So what's your goal? You want to build muscle or lose fat? Which one is it? All right, so you want to build some muscle. So you would need to start at the following macros. So we will put you on 100. Oh wait, 150 grams of carbs. My bad. Flip that. 150 grams of protein, 250 grams of carbs, 40 grams of fat. You do that every day, Brian Johnson, you're going to gain some muscle. All right. Just make sure you increasing your lifts every visit to the gym. DJ Bill. What up, DJ? There go my DJ. I'm old, y'all. 5'7", 31. Looking to get to 180. So you're 220. All right. So you need to lose some fat. So you, my friend, I would put you on the following macros: 170 grams of protein at least. Let's get your carbs and fats. So write this down, DJ. 170 protein, 120 carb, 60 grams of fat. You do that every day? Come on, DJ. You're going to be out here losing all kinds of fat, bro. Please don't leave the cookout and go straight to the gym. Some fellas just got banned from the gym for painting the bench with baked beans. Stinks in here. Now I'm going home. That sounds wild. That sounds wild. Shrek Smith is in the chat. What up, Shrek? Where Donkey at, bro? All right. Richie Glass. What's a good weight for a person 5'9"? I'm 5'10" and I weigh 185 pounds. So, I mean, if you want to look lean and ripped like me, somewhere in the 180 club probably is appropriate. But it depends on. It's not really about the weight. It's more about the amount of lean mass you have, right? So you can look good at almost any weight if you have enough lean muscle mass. That's why bodybuilders can be like 200 plus pounds and be like shredded because they have a lot of lean mass. I'm not saying you gotta be a motherfucking bodybuilder. I'm just saying that like it's not about the weight. It's about what the weight is comprised of. If you have way more muscle than fat, then you're gonna look good. You like cats or dogs more? I like cats, man. I like cats. Currently at 188. It's great for you, man. What's your body fat percentage? Are green powder products good? Or get your greens in, or is it better to eat them in food form? Every product is better if you just eat it, right? If you're able to get the nutrients from your food, it's always better. Better absorption. Cats. Yeah, man. Shout out to the cats. If you a cat lover, put a cat emoji in the chat. Appreciate you, homie. Shout out from Youngstown, Ohio. What up, Youngstown? What's poppin', Youngstown? Yeah, man. Cats is better, man. Okay, my man's put a duck emoji in the chat. That's what's up. Age 30, current 200, gold 185, 5'7". Is protein powder overrated? Yes. I haven't drank protein powder in like almost a year. And it's not because there's something wrong with it. It's just because like if you can eat all the protein, if you can eat all the protein necessary to get your grams of protein, it's way better for everything. Now, if you got what we call a motherfucking baby appetite, right? And you one of these people that, have an issue getting a pound. Like if you can't eat a pound of chicken in one sitting, you probably need some you probably need some protein powder, right? Because the amount of protein that you need to get in one sitting is massive in relation to like, also how many times you eat a day. Most people only eat like I've been coaching a decade, and like very few people eat like 5, 6 meals a day. Most people eat somewhere like 3 to 4. That's all my meal plans I make for my clients is always like 3 to 4 meals. It's never more than that because I know if I make a meal plan that has more meals than that, they not gonna fucking follow it. Nobody's gonna sit around and eat all day, right? Um, all right, especially if it's high protein. So my man who put his stats in there, Edward, 160 grams of protein a day at 120 carb, 50 grams of fat a day. You do that every day, man, you're gonna get lean as hell. Um, I always appreciate your advice. Hey, no problem, DJ. I'm glad I could help out, man. Cats taste better. It's crazy. I don't know if it's crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that's a crazy thought at all, man. Some people eat cat. You know what I mean? That's how some of y'all got here. Marco, uh, 44, 5'9", 273. Marco, you are big as hell. If nobody told you this week, I'm gonna be the first one to tell you, yo, you big as hell. Anybody over 250 is big as hell. But that's okay. We're gonna help you out with that, man. You don't have to stay that way. Okay. If you follow these directions, I'm gonna give you next. 190 protein, 140 carb, 60 grams of fat a day. You do that every day, Marco. At least a gallon of water, man. You ain't gonna be big as hell no more. Because what's gonna happen is in the next 2 months or so on those macros, you should lose somewhere between like I say 15, 20 pounds, just as long as you out here actually getting it in the gym. But that's my prescription, Marco. Hopefully that was helpful. Guys, if this is helping you, man, drop a flex emoji in the chat. And if you would like more help with how to actually formulate a game plan to hit your macros so that you can lose fat, maintain muscle, build a lifestyle where you can be proud of the man you see in the motherfucking mirror every day, just go ahead and grab my free fat loss system. The link's in the chat. J Mastermind, what up? What's popping? Aaron says big as hell. That's the goal, is to help these brothers not be big as hell no more. That's the whole goal, man. We out here with the intent to reverse that, right? To turn that around so that they don't have to live a life like that anymore. All right, so Ray Bino is 47, 5'7", no 41, 5'7". My bad. 41, 5'7". Is Ray Bino a man or a woman? I think that's a guy. We just gonna go with guy. Ray Bambino. Yeah, that's a dude. Don't nobody reference. Don't know women reference Babe Ruth. All right, 57185. All right, so we'll put you on 150 grams of protein a day. You do that at 110 grams of carbs, 50 grams of total fat, that you're gonna lose all kinds of fat. Just get a gallon of water in every day. Hey, views on CMOS. Uh, it's fine. It's just overrated. The Dr. CB people will have you believing that like all you need is CMOS for everything, and that's fine for them to think that. But CMOS ain't gonna help you build no muscle or lose no fat, man. CMOS is like oil change does not make the car, run fast. It just makes it run more efficiently, if that makes sense. It makes the engine run more efficiently. Most people think they are hungry, but they're really dehydrated. Drink more water. I would agree with that. Saquads Barkley. My brother, I hope all is well. Solid Monday. I got I got my pain in 100 push-ups. Okay. All right, man. You're doing 100 push-ups and 5 times a week. How long until to see progress? As long as it takes, man. All right? Like there's no prescription. People always ask me like, "Man, how long will it take to lose fat?" And I think that's the wrong question. Cuz it's like fat is on your body, right? So all you have to do is put yourself in a deficit to burn it off. So really the real question, Jay, and anybody else is how hard are you willing to go? What amount of effort are you willing to put in? What kind of sacrifices are you willing to make? Because you can lose as much fat as you want, as quickly as you want. It's just how much effort are you willing to put in to make sure that that happens. Sideshow, the producer says I had tuna today. Good for you. Good for you. Views on Clearway. I don't know shit about it, man. What's Clearway? Let me look it up on Google. I don't even know what that is. Clearway. Okay, so Clearway seems to be just a. It's just a. So it's a product by a company. It's not. Yeah, it's not a specific type of. Oh, it is. It's a type of whey protein. Yeah, this is some new shit, man. I ain't never heard of it, man. I've been in the fitness industry 10 years, man. I don't know shit about this, man. So to me, it's probably just some type of version of whey protein where they take some of the additives out. Like I don't know, but it's like, do you need clear whey to get to your goal? Nah, man. You can just use regular whey if you want, right? But if you want your shit with less ingredients, I guess clear whey could be good too. Let's look at one of these labels because it's like a bunch of products. My Protein has clear whey isolate for $27, and it seems to be uh, what's this? Dragon fruit. Okay, so that means they're taking out some of the lactose so it don't be all chalky so they so what they're doing, oh, it's like isopure. That's what it's like. Okay. So like isopure, guys, if you never heard of that, they make protein that is more like water or more like juice. So it's less chalky and it's more smooth. Some people prefer it because they have like an issue with like just being able to digest or break down or just the texture. They have a texture issue with your standard whey protein. I don't have that issue, so I don't really give as you guys can tell, I didn't even know this was a thing until just now. But I don't give a fuck, man. Whatever hits the macros, right? But some people will benefit from this, man, because it's it's just a smoother product. It's more like juice. You know what I'm saying? It's more like juice. Just want to figure out why I'm going so hard, but it's seeing heavy progress. I only eat 6 p.m. 2 times, either ground beef, chicken, or breast, lots of veggies with potatoes and rice. I mean, how does that relate to your macros? Look at your macros. Look at everything that you just told me. How does that break down to that data? You know, asking me like how all that plays a factor in your progression is like asking your financial advisor, hey, why don't I have money in my account at the end of the month? Right? What's your financial advisor going to say? He's going to say, all right, let's look at your budget. Let's look at how much money that you actually made, where the money went as far as expenses, and then how much you were able to save as a result of that. And then that'll tell you what's in your account. It's the same thing with fat loss. If you got a certain amount of calories and macros that puts you in a deficit, how does what you eat actually measure up to that? And if you're not seeing the progress you want, then you just adjust something. If you're not tracking to that degree, then you motherfucking slacking. Just just grab my free fat loss session and I teach you how. Favorite flavor of protein powder? I like strawberry. Strawberry pretty much is my favorite flavor of everything. Potatoes and rice. You're doubling your cravings. Yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, you could do that. That's an option. You could drop the rice and potatoes. I mean, it's extra calories that if you fat, your body has energy on it already. So you don't need to pack on extra energy if you got energy on you. Carbs are just quick energy sources. Thank you for all the advice. Any essential meals that are your go-to after breaking the fast? Nah, nah. I like certain things that hit my macros, and I get them on the regular basis. Um, so some of those things include the following. I'm a really big fan of steak, salmon. Matter of fact, I had dinner with my girlfriend and her dad and his wife the other day, and I had basically fasted most of the day, so I needed to get like 100 grams of protein in that sitting. So I fucking ate like I had a steak, I had salmon, and I had some shrimp and some vegetables. Everybody at the table was like amazed. It's like, wow, you gonna eat all that? I'm like, yeah, this ain't shit, man. I gotta hit these macros, you know. But yeah, like large amounts of protein, fiber. That's usually my go-to. Do you use any other supplements? There is a couple supplements I use every day. One of them is electrolytes to stay hydrated. LMNT is my favorite. Electrolytes main objective is hydration. Obviously, binds water to your muscles and cells to ensure great muscle function, organ function, immune system function, brain function, just a bunch of bodily functions to ensure that you're actually able to perform well and you're able to get to your goals. I also take multivitamins and vitamin D3 and fish oils every day too. Those are my essentials. Oh, and obviously creatine and caffeine. My cabinet is like a supplement store, y'all. It's like crazy. It's a bunch of shit in there. But some of that stuff I don't take every day. It's like I take as needed. Uh J Mastermind, best health and fit. Hey man, I appreciate the support, Chief. On YouTube, chat gives you the raw facts. Hey man, I like a few things raw. You know what it is. Uh Lost 30 pounds with your advice. Hey, let's clap it up for Bob. Let's clap it up for Bob, man. You know what I'm saying? He said he don't want to be big as hell this summer, man. He said he want to go to the pool without a shirt, man. Don't be there walking around with a big ass t-shirt. You know what I'm saying? Looking like he don't belong there. Ashamed of what's underneath that shirt. Have you ever worked with any women with PCOS? Yeah, I've worked with a few. I probably worked with like, man, so many different female conditions like PCOS, menopause, obviously. I've worked with a few women that have different autoimmune disorders too, like Hashimoto's, lupus, and MS. So yeah, and obviously I work with diabetics, high cholesterol, high blood pressure people, people with sleep apnea. I've seen like almost every ailment to this point. I'm 350 pounds. God damn, Arte. You big as hell, bro. You ain't got to stay that way though, man. If you make some changes, can't lose weight at all. Do you think sugar diet? Sugar diet? What the fuck is the sugar diet? Y'all, I saw y'all be finding shit I ain't never heard nothing about. What's the sugar diet? Is that where you give up sugar? What the fuck is that? Sugar diet refers to high carb, very low fat, simple sugars. Nah, I think that's some dumb shit. You know why? Because if you big as hell, right, you likely you're likely over consuming sugars. You know, and when you think about sugar, what does it do in the body? It induces the release of hormones like insulin, for example, that causes your body to go from like storing, like actually using nutrients, burning them, to storing them, right? So when you drink sugary ass shit like juice, or like this is saying honey, as your primary fuel source, you're gonna be spiking insulin all day, which means your body's gonna be storing nutrients all day, which is gonna make it hard as fuck for you to put yourself in a calorie deficit to lose fat. Because even if you're in a calorie deficit, your body's been storing shit all day. You gotta clear out all that glucose that's been stored in the muscles and cells first before you can even get to the point where you start burning fat for fuel. So no, I mean I think the sugar diet is probably the worst shit you could do based off this. Now if the sugar diet is the opposite, if it's like, yo, you have no sugar, then maybe. But you don't have to do that. You just have to limit the amount. I always teach my clients, just track your macros, bro. Like just you got favorite foods, right? Like everybody does, right? Of course you got favorite foods. You're 350. You love food, right? But like what you need to learn how to do is how to fit the foods you like into the macro targets that are good for your physique goals, right? So it's like, think about your body like a bank account, right? And let's just say there was like three bank accounts in your body, right? You got your carbs account, your fats account, and your protein account. If you knew exactly what your macros should be every day, you could spend freely from each account in foods that are associated with that and be okay, right? So if you like chicken wings, chicken wings spend from your protein account and your fats account, right? If you like motherfucking, I was just talking about salmon and steak, same thing, right? It's about plugging those foods into those accounts that are associated with the stats that are good for you. And so in that case, it's pretty easy, pretty simple to just lose some of that fat, right? Eating the foods you like, keep it off, and then you get to a certain point, man, where it doesn't feel like you're dieting anymore. Cuz diets don't work, man. Like, what happens when you go back to eating the way that you used to eat before that fucking diet? The weight comes back. That's why you don't never hear me talking about no goofy ass diets on this channel. Cuz it's some bullshit. It keeps people fat as hell, right? Whereas if you just learn how to eat for your macros, for your body, you can eat the way you eat now, just in a more intentional manner. So you can lose weight, man. You just, the way you approaching it, keeping you big as hell. You gotta change it. Do you think using the Ninja Creamy keeps people big as hell? Pause. Talking about creamy in the chat, yo, that's a wild thing to ask me. Would you say your advice is the same for those women with PCOS? Yeah, for the most part. PCOS essentially is like, it comes down to insulin resistance. It's kind of like dealing with somebody who's like diabetic, like type 2. Whenever I coach somebody who has PCOS, I would just put them on like low carbs, high protein, moderate fats. So like anybody that you like, I don't know if like your lady has PCOS, or somebody in your family that you love has it, and you want to advise them, just put them on a macro ratio of 40% protein, somewhere around like 20% carb, maybe less, depending on how active they are, and then backfill the rest with fats. You get about, somewhere around to maybe 45% fats. Because what you want is their primary fuel source to be fats because it's slow burning and it doesn't cause that insulin spike that carbs do. Because the PCOS issue is coming from an overabundance of insulin secreting um, and stuffing glucose into those reproductive organs, the ovaries. So yeah, man, I think just low carb, high fat, high protein. That's what I always coach my PCOS ladies on. Yeah. All right, guys, my food just got here, so I'm about to eat my food and then go to my next meeting. If this was helpful and you want me to go live again this week, drop a fire emoji in the chat. Also, if you got anything of value from this today and you want more help on what it takes to lose fat, build muscle, create a lifestyle, confidence, become the best version of yourself, become a better man, you know what to do. Go grab that free fat loss system that's attached in the pinned comment. And I'll be sure to holler at y'all sometime soon this week. If I see some fire emojis, that is. That's it and that's all. Peace.